Well, welcome back. That wasn't long, was it? Come in, sit down, grab a chair, pull up. You won't need any paper this time yet. We will use that probably in the next couple videos. But for right now, I just want you to sit back because what do we got to do today? Today is all about learning writing strategy, how to create a game plan. How am I going to beat the test? How am I going to conquer the test? And so that's where we're going to go now is how are we going to learn how to beat the test, how to write, how to create a writing strategy that works, that makes sense. And so one way that we're going to do this in order to grow, in order to get better, in order to move up that level of scoring a little bit, is we're going to learn a strategy to write better. And this is going to take two forms. One is how we're going to plan out the writing, how we're going to plan out the way we approach the tests. And then also, when we talk about the individual steps, we're going to look on how to better write, how to set ourselves up for success. Okay. And so that's what we're going to do. Number one, what can I do? I need to break down the task. This is a otherwise pretty big writing sample. It usually takes my high schoolers. Actually, I take that back because I teach writing, these big 5-paragraph essays. I teach all the way down to 5th graders to be able to do it from scratch, not knowing what they're going to have to write about. They can do it in less than 30 minutes. I have had students who have gotten that good. They've used these techniques and they have gotten that good. So I want to share that with you. Okay. These should not be, this is not genius stuff. This is just makes sense. Okay. We need to break down the task into parts, into pieces, and those pieces need to make sense for us. Okay. So here's the timeline. The timeline is starting April 27th is day 1. That's when the testing begins. And as you work across the days, you can work a total of 5 days for these various tests. Now, we do have the option of going beyond that a little bit. So we do have some extra days in case you need even more days than 5 days. But I'm going to try to set this sort of strategy, call it. We're going to try this strategy for a 5-day plan. What is the 5 days? What are we going to do across those 5 days? Well, on your first day, Monday, on Monday the 27th, you are going to read and review all of the sources that are in your writing task, your ELA performance task. Your proctors, the people that are going to be your teachers during this time, whether you're doing this at home or you're doing it at the school, they will allow you and they will suggest to you that after you finish the CAT test, the regular test, that you open your performance task. You're not going to do anything. You're not going to play with it. You just want to look at it. You want to be familiar with it. You want to read, maybe you want to read the parts, take 15 minutes or so and just read. Just read the stories, read the articles, watch any videos, whatever it is that they want you to do. And then you're going to back out. You're going to go home, or you're going to stop the test. You pause the test and move on to another day. You'll wait until day 2. On day 2, you're going to open the test again, and you're going to go into the articles, and now you're going to find all the little details that you think are really super important. The key ideas, the main ideas, and you're going to highlight that. You're going to maybe have a piece of paper that's on the side, and you're going to write those ideas on a piece of scratch paper. So either you can highlight it so you could remember if you're kind of cool with the tech, if you like techie kind of stuff, you're familiar with the mouse and all that, or just write it on a piece of paper on the side. You're going to write it down and you're going to put all of that information there. Okay? And then guess what? You're going to start writing yet? No. You're going to go back out again. You're going to go home. You're going to go have some milk and cookies or something. And you're going to be okay. The day's done. The performance task, day 2, is finished and you can move on. When you come back on day 3, aha, now you're going to open it again. And you're going to look at your highlights and you're going to look at what they want you to do. Do they want you to do a story? Do they want you to make it, to tell them, teach them, make it informative? Do they want you to persuade them of an opinion or a certain way of thinking about things? Whatever it might be, now you're going to outline what you're going to write about. And I'll tell you what, if you do the outline well, take your time to do the outline really well. I don't care if you're a 3rd grader or you're an 11th grader. If you do this, your writing is going to be so much better, and it will be so easy to write. I promise you that, okay? I've done writing for a long time. I promise you it will be easier. So take the time on day 3 to really outline well. You can do it on that same blank scratch paper on the side, okay? You still haven't touched anything in the computer yet. You haven't touched the test part yet. You haven't started typing yet. Don't do that. Leave it alone. But now you have a plan. Now you're ready to write the essay. That's on day 4. So day 4, you have your outline. You know what you're going to talk about. You know in what order you're going to talk about things. You know what important key ideas you have to bring to the paper when you're doing your writing. And so now you're writing. And you're doing it just like the outline showed you, just like you did the day before. And you fill out the essay. Do you submit it? You ready? You say, I'm done? No. You click save and then back out again one more time. Why? Because a lot of times when you write and you think, oh, wow, that was so good. And then you go away and you get your paper back and go, oh, wow, look at all these mistakes my teacher found. I didn't put a period here and I forgot to make that a capital letter. And oh, wow, I could have done so much better. I should have double checked my work. Well, that's what day 5 is all about. Day 5, you go back in the final time, you open up the document one more time, you open up your paper, and you're going to read it one more time with fresh eyes, fresh mind. You are almost done. And you read it, and if there's anything that needs to be changed, tweaked, maybe you got another idea, and you plop it in there. Now you are done. Now you save. Now you submit, and you're ready to go home. And you know that you have done the very best you can possibly do. That's a strategy. That's how we're going to look at this. And that's how when you do your test, I beg you, please, follow the strategy, because the strategy will make your writing stronger. You'll go from wherever you would have been if you just did it really fast in like 15 minutes and kind of just did a kind of job to I've done something that I'm proud that I've done. You have conquered the tests, okay? That's what we're looking for. So next time, starting our session number 3, we're going to look at that day 1. What does that reading and review, what does that really look like? How do you do that? I know you're going, what are you talking about? I've been reading since I was in kindergarten. Well, maybe you have been. But this is a different kind of reading. This is a reading that needs to pull information out. And you need to know what information you need to be looking for. And that's what we're going to be looking at next video, okay? So go relax, go chill out. Maybe you can go practice. Remember I told you go practice? Go practice, go look at what's in there. Maybe you can do that. It's not going to score anything. It doesn't count. It's just part of your practice. Go find out what it's like. And then you come back and you see me again, okay? All right. We'll see you in next session. Bye-bye.